Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly here with Flo. And Flo, man, this story, to me, it's hilarious because I personally wasn't a guy that was a fan of Eric Kendricks at all. I personally was like, why did we get a 32-year-old? It kind of reminded me, remember when we picked up Tequila Spikes? Everyone's all pumped up, we got Tequila, but dude, the guy was a fossil already. He was done. But we got to show it, man. We got to show Eric Kendrick's greatest hits with the 49ers. Let's check this out. All right, man. So kind of like Aaron Rodgers, it was quick, real quick, man. It was a quickie. And it lasted, about 2 hours. And it's so funny because Eric was talking about, hey, man, I can't wait to be with the Niners. I love Fred Warner. I want to, work with him. And it's just going to be so great how his intensity towards the game. So it was hilarious seeing that. And then right away, here like an hour later, the Cowboys got him, and it was funny because I was listening to Larry Krueger earlier and he was so pumped up with the pickup. He was like, yeah, man, we got Kendricks. This is awesome. And then when he left, he was like, I'm glad he's not with us. I'm glad he's nobody. Like, he's done. And I was like, what the fudge? But what do you think about this situation, man? Him not joining the 49ers. Did you want to have him on this team or, go with the young guys, man?
Yeah, man, this was hilarious. This kind of reminded me of, when you're talking to that girl and then all of a sudden a day later she's talking to some other dude and you're like, whoa, where was all that 1 in a million talk you're talking about,
Yeah.
But I think this is silver linings. I think it's a good thing because I'd rather go with, like you said, your boy D. Winters and Jalen Graham. I think those guys have potential to be really good linebackers in this league. And we still also have Dre'Reen Law. Obviously, he's going to be hurt.
Yeah, maybe playoffs.
But he may come back before then. You never know, especially these guys bounce back from injury. So, like I said, I don't mind this. Obviously, the only part that kind of bothered me is he picked the Dallas Cowboys of all team. Obviously, we've been owning them, but me and you, man, 90s, we hate the Cowboys. So for him to go and pick the Cowboys, that's what really kind of set me off. I was like, damn, he went with them out of all the teams. But I think it's going to be a good thing because, like I said, I like these two young linebackers that we have. I think these guys are going to be good. Last year, they pretty much only got to really play special teams and just situational football. They're going to be better the second year. They're going to understand concepts a lot more. I think, obviously, one of them is probably going to be in that starter position this year, right? They're going to obviously have to beat some guys out, but I think one of them has potential to start this year opposite or on the other side of Fred Warner. So I don't mind it, man. But what do you think?
Honestly, I'll be 100% honest with you. There's two guys who I didn't like from free agency. I'll be real with you. Jordan Elliott, I don't like that pickup from Cleveland Browns. I'll be 100% honest. I think that he's a below average DT, and that right there I didn't like. And the second one was Eric Kendricks. I remember his last year with the Vikings. This dude was horrible. Like, he was missing tackles. He reminded me, remember we had Malcolm Smith that year, and the dude was just, when he finally came back, he just looked small and slow, and it was like, dude, you're done. So to me, that didn't make sense. And he's 32 years old. Remember, he's the same guy that was with the Chargers. That when they give like 70 points to the Raiders, and like team gave up on pretty much gave up on Staley. So I really thought he was done a long time ago. I remember he was solid. He's been solid all his career. I remember he had the interception against Jimmy Garoppolo. Remember in 2019, the playoffs, the divisional game with the Vikings? Jimmy threw the ball right to him, and it looked like Kendrick was going to take the pick six back then, but damn, he never was the fastest dude, and they caught up to him. I think one of the tackles took him down, so he never was the fastest dude, and then now that's 4 or 5 years later, so let's be real, man. Linebackers, you want them young. You want them in their 20s. That's why, to me, it never made sense to me. I know some Niner fans out there are like pissed off. They're crying. But to me, it's a good thing because I want to see our two young guys. I want to see D. Winters, who runs a 4.5. I want to see Jalen Graham, who was one of the standouts in training camp last year. Even in the preseason, he was out there doing work, I remember the game against the Raiders when pretty much almost whole team sucked that game. We got torched. Remember the preseason game?
Yeah.
He was one of the standouts out there that was flying all over the field. He was making play after play all through the preseason, OTAs, minicamp, training camp. He had one bad play where he roughed, he did, I think because he got a late hit or something. He had one stupid play. Other than that, I liked what I saw. It looked like he was a guy that looked legit from Purdue. I loved, even though he wasn't the fastest, the dude had great instincts. What's up? What
I was going to say, the instincts, man, on him, he just knows how to freaking, he knows how to anticipate that ball. Another thing, man, he's super aggressive, man. He's always trying to get those strips, trying to create fumbles, and he kind of has decent hands, too, for a linebacker.
And he got a lot of interceptions in college, too. So, I mean, I like him. D. Winters, I like him as well, not as high on him just because when he did have time to come in the game, he did miss a few tackles. However, he could be coached up. And, I mean, what he did at TCU, the guy was sideline to sideline guy. I remember those games, was it the Rose Bowl, where he's just flying back and forth, left and right, against Michigan, Murr Harbaugh, those guys. He was the best player. That defense sucked. I know TCU's defense sucked. However, he was the standout. He was the one that was making plays, but he was just overmatched by, he was, dude, they were just overmatched, but he was solid though. I love what I saw from him. So, I mean, I'm glad there. Maybe if you want to get a linebacker in the draft, but still, I like these two guys. I just don't want to go with another 32-year-old. I don't know. He might be, 33 by the time the season starts? Maybe, but the Kendricks, that's why I'm like, dude, I was having flashbacks of Tequil Spikes, man, where everyone was just pumped up because he was the name, man. Remember we did the Bengals? He was that name where everyone was like, dude, we got Tequil Spikes. And then he comes in and he plays okay with us, but then I remember that second year his ass got benched by, I forgot who it was. His ass got benched. I think maybe it was Bowman he got benched by.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just was like, dude, I'm tired of just getting guys with names in their 30s. So to me, it ain't no biggie. And I know people are pissed off the Cowboys, but dude, I think it's gonna hurt him, man. I just don't see it in him. I do not see it in him. If it was someone like the guy we just picked up, Collins, defensive tackle, if it was him doing a switcheroo, saying, I'm not coming to San Fran, I would be pissed off because Collins looks like a stud. He looks like he could be that Armstead that we've been looking for. So that right there, if that would happen with that, I would have been pissed off. Right now, I wouldn't be smiling right now. But to me, I'm not tripped out at all because, 32 years old, the guy, I thought he was seriously retired after that Vikings season. Midway through last season, I was like, oh shoot, this guy's playing for the Chargers. I thought he was done. I thought his career was over because I was like, dude, this guy, he's lost that step. He's not what he once was. He never was the fastest, but he just looks like he lost that. Kind of like a boxer, when their legs are gone and you're like, all right, it's time for him to go. It's like, come on, dude. Come on, James Toney. It's time to retire, dog. You don't got it no more. You got 1 foot, 1 leg. So that's kind of what it reminded me of. So I'm not trying to rip the guy. I'm just saying, I just didn't see it from him. I know a lot of guys hyped him up and said, oh yeah, we got him and he's great. But I don't see it, man.
Yeah. Plus, if you think about it, I understand that they're trying to get back to that elite level defense, but we still also need to put that money elsewhere and more important.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Center, right tackle, right guard. We got to address that first. Old linebacker. Like I said, I still rather roll with the young guys that keeps our salary cap lower too, and put that money to where we freaking need it in that offensive line. That's what we need to address first. So I think it's going to work out for us because now we're going to have a little bit more cash to try to see what's out there. That's our priority. That should be our priority, fixing that damn offensive line.
So I'm gonna say right now, 100%. I'm not going to be a fanboy because the guys who I liked, I love the Collins signing. I love the Leonard Floyd signing, the Gross Matos signing. I love that. I don't like that signing Eric Kendrick. So I think that's going to be a good thing. And I didn't also like, the Jordan Elliott. I didn't like that. So, 3-2, now it's 3-1 because we lost. So, so far, I know some people are bashing it, but guys, I think we're doing what we can right now. We don't have the money that we had the years before, but I think we're doing a solid job, man. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, you guys let us know in the comments what you guys think about this whole situation. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See y'all next time. Peace.